my beautiful YouTubers. Hello, my little creepers. So I'm back at it with another video today, and this video has been in the works for a while. I'm excited to share this video with you. I'm excited to go over the things in this video, and there were certain reasons why I wanted to wait to do this video, which I will get into in the video. So this video is my tattoo tour 2019, because a couple of tattoos of mine have changed in 2018. I got new tattoos in 2018. I got refurbished tattoos in 2018. But the reason why I waited to make this video is because I wanted to wait till they were healed, and I wanted to wait till they were, settled into the flesh of my flesh, and I just wanted to make sure that they were good and healed and healthy and ready to go, because I will be touching most of them. So I wanted to do that. So we're gonna start with probably the first tattoo I ever got, and that is this one on my little wrist, as I did in my other tattoo video, which I did do about maybe a year or so ago. This is my first tattoo. I'll show you. It looks like that. Now, this is one of the tattoos that originally did not look like this. If you look at it, I'm going to show you. It looks like a watercolor painting almost, and there's some hints of yellow. When I originally got the tattoo, I was 18 years old. I was a couple days shy of turning 19, and I really wanted a tattoo. It originally did not look like this. It was basically the same concept, but it was just blue and purple. There was no yellow in there, and that's fine. And it was kind of, it was my first tattoo. I will love how it always looked, but I personally needed not a touch-up, but I just needed it to be refurbished, needed to be more fresh, more what I wanted. And when I got the tattoo originally, I just said I want a crescent moon and a star on my wrist. And originally I got the tattoo because I don't like my wrists. I think they're boring. I don't see a point of them. So I got the tattoo there. When I got it refurbished, I think I was like 22 or 23 years old, because I remember I was doing this when I got my back done. So there's that. So yeah, this is what my wrist tattoo looks like now. It's healed. I've had it for a couple of years. I can touch it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So this is actually one of my favorite tattoos. I loved how it looked before, but I love how it looks now too. It's just one of my favorites, and it's my first, so it will always have a special place in my heart. So on to the second tattoo I got. Now, this tattoo obviously did get refurbished. If you also look in my other tattoo video, you will see that I had a lightning bolt on my left ankle. Now, this past year in 2018, I decided that I wanted something more there. I wanted it more colorful. I wanted it more expressive as to what I was trying to do. So I talked to my artist. He's redone all my tattoos except for my foot, because I will never get that shit touched up. And if I do, I gotta have some courage to do that, because that really hurt. But my other tattoos he has touched up. This is one of them, and I'm gonna show it to you now. This was just the lightning bolt. I don't want to fully ruin the visual effect for you guys yet. So I'm just going to show you what the lightning bolt looks like, because that does look really different from the last time I showed you guys. And if you look right there, that's the lightning bolt. Now, I will also show you what it's been turned to when we get to that stage. So originally, when I got just the lightning bolt done, I was 19, and my friend Drew was getting his first tattoo. And I was like, I really want some ink. I only had this one at the time. I was like, I really want some ink. So we went to a place in Brantford. We got some ink. My friend Melissa got something at the time too. She got a bow on her ankle. And literally this one did not take that long. It took me about half hour, maybe even less exaggerated. This one took about maybe like 45 minutes, just because of all the coloring and stuff. And then this one took maybe about like 30 minutes to a half hour, 30 minutes to like 45 minutes. And this one was not painful at all. Same thing with this one. Now that I think about it, because it was my first tattoo, you know, obviously you don't know what to expect, so it's going to be like, ooh, you don't know. But then this one wasn't as painful as I got the first time. When I got it the second time, like fixed up, it was a little bit more painful. I did bleed in more areas. The first time I didn't bleed, but the second time I did. This one did not hurt at all. I was just like, just sitting there, like talking to the lady, whatever. So there's that. So that was my second tattoo, which was the lightning bolt. My third tattoo, which is on my back, also, it was just 2 little flowers. I'm going to try to show you, but it's probably not going to be a good thing, because also this one was also refurbished, so I'm probably not going to be able to show you what the exact original flowers I had were, but we're going to try anyway. Or you know what we're going to do? Wait, hold on. So you see, there's 2 flowers that are kind of round. Not this one, but like those 2. Those 2 were the original ones that I had. And then I got it expanded to that, which we're going to talk about. So at the time, again, was on vacation, wanted a tattoo. Didn't have a lot of money because I wasn't working. So I got 2 little flowers, the 2 little round flowers, and it was just those 2 on my shoulder. I wanted to have those small. When I first got it, if I chose to add on to it, I would add on to it. Pain-wise, it wasn't bad. If I'm going to tell you something, my first time I did my wrist was like a 3 out of 10. My lightning bolt was like a 2 out of 10. And the original 2 flowers were like a 2 out of 10. Like, it wasn't even that bad. I'm giving the first time around this 3 out of 10 because it was the first tattoo I got. I didn't know what to expect. So I got the 2 flowers. I just wanted it to be secretive until I felt more comfortable expanding with it, which is something I did later on. Now, what the flowers meant, they had no meaning. I'm going to be honest. They had no meaning. It was just something I thought was pretty. It was in a secret spot. I could hide it if I needed to, and that was that. Now, my foot, which is the 4th tattoo I had gotten, and this really hurt. This is my foot. I can show you. There you go. That's my foot. That was by far the most painful tattoo I had ever gotten in my life. This was a 10 out of 10. Like, it hurt. Nothing. It hurt. Like, you know, it really freaking hurt. And I was surprised I lasted through the whole thing. This one was a birthday gift from my mom at the time, and it says a savior will be there. Basically, it's there are song lyrics to a Black Veil Bride song that I really like, and it means basically that there will be people watching over me when I'm having a dark place or when I'm in a dark spot. Like I said, 10 out of 10. I probably would not get this touched up again because it hurt. The only way I'd get it touched up again is if it really were faded and I really like wanted to look nice, and I probably would. But 10 times out of 10, I probably wouldn't. So now that's at 4. So now the next one is behind my right ear. I actually forget I have this one. I don't know if I'm able to show it to you guys, but we're gonna try to. It is behind my right ear, and I don't know, but we're gonna try. So you just take my ear. There you go, my little Harley Quinn diamonds, black, red, and black. That was about a 1 out of 10. That did not hurt. Surprisingly, that it was on the back of my skull, and it was behind my ear. Now, excuse me, just fixing my piercings. But yeah, this was a 1 out of 10. What made me decide I wanted it there was I wanted it, again, in a secretive place, and it just went in correspondence with my other tattoos, as you will see when we go forth the whole thing again. Like I said, it was like it was like a 0 out of 10. It did not hurt. What made me chose to have the Harley Quinn diamonds is that I really like Harley Quinn. I like her as a character. She really stood out to me. She and I can relate to her a lot. So I got that. That was tattoo number 4. Now I'm going to say something. Before I got the Harley Quinn diamonds, I got my back refurbished, which I'm going to show you again because now I can. So this is my back left shoulder, and this one got really pretty big from this. The 2 flowers. I'm not going to be able to show you the whole thing, but actually maybe we can. Let's give this a try. Oops, sorry. So there you go. That's all on my back. Goes to about there. It's on my shoulder. And basically what this tattoo means is it's for a friend of mine who passed away of cancer. He was I think he was 25 years old when he passed, 24, 25. I met him at the trail where I do my volunteer work, and he was a nice guy. Unfortunately, he had a tumor in the back of his head, and he had cancer, and he passed away. So that's when I wanted to redo my back tattoo, just the 2 flowers, and I went to the shop Grindhouse Gallery, which is in Milford, Connecticut, and I saw Mike Falsigno, and he did a beautiful job. I totally recommend his work. I recommend everything about him. Good guy, good shop, awesome. And who did my Harley Quinn tattoos also went to Grindhouse Gallery, and I saw Kay Cole. She's amazing at her line work. She does a fantastic job. So now we can go on to the next tattoos. So I did my wrist, my ear, my shoulder, my ankle. So then this past year, in 2018 in September, I decided again as what I said before, expand my ankle tattoo. And again, I went to Grindhouse Gallery, and I went to Mike Falsigno, and he did this for me. And you see where the lightning bolt was? Well, he added the cloud and the raindrops, which I really love. And it's like a storm cloud, and I really like this. This is one of my favorites. I really like it. And basically what it means is that I'm basically one with the storm. I'm not going to let people get in my way. I'm not going to let people discourage me from what I think is best to do with my life. And I'm going to keep pushing through. Now, what made me decide to change this tattoo up, again, I just felt as though it needed something. It was just a lightning bolt. It didn't really have much design with it. And as I get older, I loved the tattoo, but it just needed something else to explain more of my life. So there's that. That is my storm cloud. This was the first tattoo I got done in 2018, revised. So there's that. This is one of my favorites, and this will always be one of my favorites, and I'm so happy about it. So now let's see, we did the ear, wrist, back, ankle, and foot. So now I can show you guys my newest tattoo. This was done from scratch. This was not revised. This was not touched up. This was done from all one day. My artist said it should have been 2 sessions. He did it for 1. He did it in 1. And I decided to get this one done because this was a birthday gift to me. It was a birthday gift to myself, and it has a lot of meaning, at least for me it does, and I really think it looks really cool. Before I get into the tattoo, I'm going to say I went to Grindhouse Gallery Tattoo, and I want to give a shout out to Mike Falsigno for doing it. He revised most of my tattoos. He just didn't do my behind the ear and my foot. He fixed up all the other tattoos that I had. And I'm going to be honest, he is amazing at what he does. He is awesome. He's fun. He is friendly. He makes you want to go back. He treats you like a person. He's an amazing guy. He's an amazing artist. And I plan on going back to him for more work. I promise you that. when I get more money and when I get more established, I'm going to get more tattoos, probably by him, and I'm excited. So Mike Valsigno, if you see this video, you're awesome. Keep kicking ass. Keep kicking ass. You are a legend. And this is the tattoo he did for me for my early birthday slash growth tattoo. I'm going to show you. There is some acne scarring around the tattoo, which I am learning how to fade, just because when I was healing it, I put the Aquaphor on my actual skin and I broke out. But that's not too bad. But we're going to show you guys the tattoo. It's right there. It's on my thigh. There you go. See, you can see like the little pimple marks, little pimple scars, but that's okay. So we're gonna show you an up close look at my tattoo. And this is actually one of my absolute favorites. It is a sugar skull on a candle, and there's growth around it. And basically what that means is basically I went through a lot of hard times as a kid. I didn't have a good family life, I guess you could say. And a lot of things affected me, especially when I got into my early 20s. And I'm learning to, you know, let go and see things through a different light. So if you saw the tattoo, you can see it's an upside down candle. That part is my past, and it's melting away. The skull is because I really like sugar skulls, and even though I'm not Hispanic, I still believe in celebrating Day of the Dead, which is where you remember your family, your friends, everyone who has passed on, and you celebrate their life. Hence my friend who passed away, my grandparents. You know, you learn to love and you celebrate their life. And then the growth is basically you're letting go of the past, you're looking forward to the future, and you're growing. And I've grown, I've matured from my past, I've matured from the harsh, mean, horrible things that have happened. And then the one other thing is on the skull itself, you have the sugar skull eyes, and you have a web with an eye in the middle. Basically, the eye in the middle of the forehead is you're basically seeing life through a new way. You're seeing it through a new way, a new set of eyes. And I thought that was very awesome. And it was one thing I really expressed to Mike. And I was just like, listen, because we were talking back and forth about it. And he's like, well, can I do a spider? And I was like, no, because I really don't like spiders. I really don't want one on my body. But I was like, I'm cool with a spider web. Maybe we could put an eye in the middle. And he was like, yeah, that's cool. We'll do that. But basically for this tattoo, it is on my left thigh, on the side of my left thigh. I like where it's placed. It goes in correspondence with my other tattoos again. Right ear, left shoulder, right wrist, left thigh, left ankle, and right foot. And I just feel as though it works. It goes in correspondence with everything. And this tattoo means a lot. And also the eye, I asked for him to make it blue for the fact of my grandmother's eyes being blue. Now I am going to talk a little bit about the tattoo itself and like the process and stuff like that, because I wasn't really sure as to how a thigh tattoo would work compared to my other tattoos. Plus it's the second biggest piece that I have. So it was interesting seeing how it worked and how I prepared for it and like what happened like that. So I made the tattoo appointment, I want to say in February or March of 2018. And I did that because I wanted to make sure I had enough time to earn enough money to put for it. And I made the appointment, and I made it with Kate, who did my Harley Quinn diamond. She had the book, and she was like, why do you want to make it for so like late in the year? And I just said, listen, I'll have the money by then, and it will encourage me to save up the money. So she's like, okay. So she made the appointment for Mike. It was at 12. And ever since I made that appointment, I started putting my money away whenever I could. You know, if I got a coffee, I'd stick the change in there. I would just make sure I had enough money. So I saved up, and the appointment was December 27th, 2018 at 12 noon. And I just saved up. And when the day came, before. I was at work. I was on my break, and Mike texted me. He's like, "Hey, just want to make sure you're still coming to your appointment." And I was like, "Yep, I'll be there 100%. I'll see you at noon." And we were talking about like what we're gonna put on it because he's done sugar skulls before. He wanted it to be something that when I made the appointment, I said I want you to have free reign on how you design it and stuff like that. So we were talking back and forth, and then when he texted me to confirm the appointment, he threw out an idea, and I liked it. But then I was like, because it didn't really match the vision, because he was doing a shrunken head, and I was like, I like that, but it doesn't really fit what I want it for. So then we talked about it again, and I said, the words came across as Gothic Sugar Skull. So he went with that, and we were talking about like, oh, can I do something like a cross on the forehead? And I was like, yeah. And then we talked about doing a spider. I said no because I don't like spiders. So we agreed on the spider web with an eye in the middle, and that was amazing. And he was up till 2 in the morning. This man was up till 2 in the morning, designing this badass, awesome tattoo. And the next day I got ready. I took a shower. I made sure I was clean. Made sure, because if he's gonna be all up in my business, I want him to, not. I want to not stink. I want to be clean. So I took a shower. I got ready. I ate breakfast. I got a coffee, and I was heading over. He was like, "Hey, can you come at 12:30 instead?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I got a coffee. I went to the beach. I chilled, and then I went over, and we were talking. He showed me what he did. He showed me the drawing. He was preparing me for the stencil, stuff like that. And then we started tattooing. But the funny thing is, my appointment started at 12:30, and we didn't get started tattooing till like 3. So, because a lot of people were coming into the shop, they were talking to him, they were about their tattoo nightmares, basically. So we didn't get started till later. However, I'm actually kind of okay with that because I was mentally preparing, and I was like, okay, I don't know how this is going to feel, but we're going to go with it. And this dude is so awesome. I can't thank him enough for getting it done all in one shot. And what he did that was so nice, he offered to get me food. He offered to get me something to drink. He even rescheduled his other appointment that day because we got started so late. And he knew how important this was to me. And he was like, listen, this is important to you. We're going to get this done in one shot. So, Mike Falsigno, Grand House Gallery, if you see this video, please know that you're a badass. Please know you're probably like the most awesomest person I've ever met with tattoos. And I freaking love you. And I'm definitely going to come back to you in the future with more tattoo ideas, because I definitely have a couple more in mind that I want to get done by you. And the tattoo itself took 5 hours. Off and on, I was in the chair for 5 hours because obviously we had to take a break or go to the bathroom or have a smoke break, because he has to have a smoke break, and which is fine because sometimes you have to do that, and sometimes when you have like a steady hand and you're trying to tattoo, sometimes you'll get like a cramp or something, so that was okay. But again, I was in the studio for 5 hours, from 3 to 8, and I will say this: where the eyes, the actual sugar skull eyes, those hurt a little bit. I bled, but I'm going to show you where it really hurt. Turn my leg. Where it really hurt was on the flame point by my knee, on the side of my knee. And that really hurt because I guess it's right by the bone, but it was worth it. I'm in love with it. I healed it. I did have some, I had a mini breakout around the tattoo. I'm still getting a couple pimples around it. I think it's because I'm moisturizing too much. Just because it's winter and because, you get dry skin. Sorry about that. You get dry skin, so you're trying to moisturize and be clean and moist and not have dry, flaky skin. However, it's healing just fine. The acne scars are fading. I'm cool with it. I love it. I definitely plan on getting more in the future. But that is my updated tattoos video, and I do want to tell you what the meanings were before I end the video of each individual tattoo. So this tattoo on my wrist, which was my first tattoo, this tattoo basically means a lot to me, and it basically was my first. But the true meaning is because when I started doing my volunteer job at the haunted house, I found out a lot about myself there. I met new people. I met people that were just like me, especially when I first started doing it, because in high school I was outcasted and I was weird in other people's opinion, and I didn't have a lot of friends. So it was nice to be in a spot where I belonged, where I met people just like me. So that's the first tattoo, is the one that I am with the knight, and a reminder of my life and where it's gone. The one on my ankle, the lightning bolt itself, was just a reminder that we're not all the same, and neither are lightning bolts. And as I got that revised, it basically has now become that I am one with the storm. I'm going to take control of my life. I'm not going to let people tell me what to do or how to live my life or whatever, and I'm going to take control. So there's that. The one on my back is a growth tattoo for my friend who had passed away of cancer. So I miss him. It is a tribute tattoo, although his name is not on it. It's still beautiful because he was a beautiful person, and I love that about him. My foot was the song lyrics of a Blackville Bride song. Speaking of, poster right behind me. Basically, just to a beautiful song called Savior, in a remembrance that I have people that are looking over me. And let's see. The one behind my ear is basically because I can relate to the character Harley Quinn in so many ways. And so there, that one. And then the one on my thigh is for me personally. It's a growth tattoo, a remembrance tattoo, and seeing the future through a new set of eyes, especially because of all the crap that I've been through, especially in the past 2 years, well, 3 years now, because last year I went through the grieving stages of a breakup, and it took me an entire year to get over that breakup. And because the breakup happened in 2017 when I was dating my boyfriend at the time, and we were dating off and on for the past couple of years. And, that was a really heavy duty breakup for me. So last year I did all the things I wanted to do, regardless if anybody wanted to do them with me or not. And it was a good year. And the tattoos on my ankle and my thigh were part of that good year. I went to concerts that I ended up going to by myself because nobody wanted to go with me, and that's fine because it was for me to enjoy. And like I said, basically that these tattoos, especially the one on my thigh, it was the help to remember that I'm growing up, I'm going forward from that tough time, especially with the breakup from my boyfriend, who I thought we were gonna, end up living together, having a life together, and he decided to break up with me a week before Christmas. So this was a reminder saying, hey, you got this, you're growing, you're moving forward, you're not gonna let some asshole tell you that you're not good enough. So this was that, and I'm seeing life through a whole new way. I let go of the stuff in the past that's happened, and I'm moving forward. And as for pain wise, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10, because like I said, the flame point by the knee was the most painful. The eyes were painful, but overall it was not that bad. The only time other than the flame point by the side of my knee and the eyes that got really bad was the end of it, when he was finishing up and doing the coloring of the flame, because I'd been sitting there for like 5 hours, and it was like, I was making faces because it was getting kind of painful because my skin was raw, it was irritated, it was like, but overall I'm glad with how it worked. We did agree on a black and gray with hints of color, which I love. This is actually my first like black and gray piece with hints of color. I usually love color in general, but I love this piece the way it is. I'm going to keep it the way it is. I'm not going to ever change it. I love how it looks, and I'm excited to get more. So that is my current tattoos 2018-19, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment if you like about what tattoos you want. What tattoos do you have that you really like? Do you plan on getting any more? I know I do. As of now, I plan on getting probably 2 more. But I did promise my father right now I would not get any more. but in the future, I definitely plan on getting 2 more. I just don't know where I'm going to get them yet, but that's okay. So that's it for my tattoos and piercings tattoos of 2018. My tattoo tour. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video. Please comment as to what tattoos you have and what tattoos of mine did you like. Which ones did you not like? And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, bye guys.